We just witnessed one of the craziest Royal Rumbles in recent memory, and in my opinion, the most stacked men's Royal Rumble and women's Royal Rumble we have ever had. I knew it was going to be crazy, but I still didn't have enough energy in my body to react to the craziness that we saw. Let's talk about the show, the matches, my predictions, and how close I was. Spoiler alert, your boy kind of knocked it out of the park. First up, the women's Royal Rumble match. This was the most stacked women's Royal Rumble of all time. From beginning to end, we see some of the greatest women in wrestling today going out and putting on a show. Some amazing spots, some nice surprises. We started off with Io Sky and Liv Morgan at 1 and 2. How banging of a start is that? And then Roxanne Perez at number 3. We all thought this was the moment she becomes a main roster star. But if you guys were listening closely, apparently she has unfinished business in NXT. So I don't think it's going to happen just yet, but hopefully it's going to happen soon. She was awesome, and she was the literal MVP of the Rumble because she came in at 3 and was the Iron Woman, lasting 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds. Massive surprise there. I knew she would be important. I did not know she was going to be that good. Wow. I thought it was a perfect balance of the entrance in this Rumble. We got so many great highlight moments from the NXT stars. We got a new star with Jordynne Grace, who officially is making her WWE debut. I do think she's going to start in NXT because she did eliminate Jada Parker. She had some moments with some other NXT stars. She was eliminated by Julia, so clearly she's going to have some things to deal with in the NXT world. I think she will come to the main roster soon, though, because she is awesome and ready. But the women of NXT really made a mark on this match. I mean, Roxanne Perez came in at number 3 and was in the final 3 of the match. It doesn't get bigger than that. We also saw Stephanie, Julia, who else? Jordynne Grace, of course, like I mentioned, Jada Parker. We got some big returns, of course. Trish Stratus entered the Rumble. I don't know if she's going to be back for good or if that was just a nice little Rumble thing. She got a massive pop. She can still go. She looks great in the ring. I think she can hang around for a little bit. That's just me. We also saw the return of Alexa Bliss, man. A return that we all wanted for so long. We didn't know if it was actually ever going to happen again, but she comes back and gets truly the pop of the night. I mean, it was insane. Really excited that she's back in the WWE, and she was eliminated by Liv Morgan, which I think is going to be her first feud back in the WWE. That would absolutely cook, and I think that's what we're absolutely going to see. Shout out to Alexa Bliss. She was in there only for about 11 minutes, though, so wish she was in there a bit longer. She didn't have any eliminations. She didn't look the strongest, but she's a great wrestler, and I hope we get a lot with her moving forward. Then, of course, one of the most controversial moments of the evening, Nikki Bella entering at number 30. I mean, guys, the pop was insane. You cannot deny the pop. I know there was a lot of anticipation for AJ Lee, for Jade Cargill, which is totally fair, and I agree. What would have been a better outcome, and I saw a lot of people say this already, that Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss should have swapped. It would have made Alexa Bliss's return feel even more important, especially because Nikki Bella is not really here to stay. That was clearly, at least in my opinion, just going to be like a, hey, I'm at the Rumble. Here's a nice little legendary return. Swapping her with Alexa Bliss would have been great. Or even Charlotte Flair, to be honest. And I want to talk about Charlotte Flair. It was so obvious she was going to win the whole dang thing when they dropped pyro during an entrance at the Rumble. What are we doing here, man? Make it more obvious. Charlotte Flair is the only entrant with extra pyro. I'm not hating. I picked her to win, and she did, and I think she's awesome, and she's going to be a great addition to the women's division in this day and age. But I really would have preferred if her return was kept quiet. I didn't like the build-up. I mean, obviously it was hype, it was exciting, but imagine how much crazier it would have been and how much of a more positive reaction she would have received if it was from absolutely nowhere. That would have been great. But she came in at 27. She eliminated Nia Jax and Roxanne Perez in the final 3 and made it happen. You can hate it all you want. Charlotte Flair winning was the right decision. I had her winning. She won. She looked awesome. She is going to be the best opponent for either Tiffany Stratton or Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. It's going to be beautiful. Trust the process, man. As usual, I've also been seeing a lot of hate on Nia Jax. I don't see where it comes from. I think Nia Jax is incredible. It's her character. She's the big bad boss. She's gonna be OP. She lost, so don't be mad, but I understand her having, what is that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 10 eliminations. Is that 10 or 11 in this Rumble is crazy, especially considering the fact that she came in at 29. She came in at 29 and had 10 eliminations, and one of them being a 6-woman elimination spot, which a lot of people were pissed about, especially because they were pretty big stars that got eliminated all at the same time, and I feel like they all deserve their own little send-off there, but whatever. You can't deny that Nia Jax is very important to the women's division and is one of the big dogs in it, so she's gonna get that treatment. But it was kind of wild to see Bayley only have one elimination and be eliminated by Nikki Bella, who is just a surprise return. I thought that was a little bit dirty. Some more things to note: Io Sky, one elimination. Liv Morgan, just 2 eliminations, one of them being Alexa Bliss. Roxanne Perez, 1 elimination, one of them being Julia. Lyra Valkyria, no eliminations. Alexa Bliss, no eliminations. Stephanie Valkyr, no eliminations. I mean, hell, Trish Stratus got an elimination. Again, I think this is the most stacked Women's Rumble of all time, but they definitely missed out on a lot of opportunities. I don't agree with a lot of the eliminations. I don't like that Charlotte was pre-announced. We'll see how this all plays out in due time. In terms of my predictions, I had 7 of the entrants incorrect. I didn't think Alexa Bliss and Trish Stratus were going to be in it. I had them as honorable mentions. Of course, they're in it. I also thought we would have saw Mickie James. She was in the crowd, so I'll give myself a half point there. I also thought we might get Asuka back. I thought Becky Lynch was going to come back. Maybe this Monday on Raw. That would make a lot of sense. Maybe closer to the Chamber. And of course, Jade Cargill. Completely not referenced. Completely not in the match. Did not return. And I am not sure what they're doing with that, but I was wrong about her returning. I think we all were. I thought Charlotte Flair would have the most eliminations, and while she was second on the list, Nia Jax had, I think, 10 or 11. So Nia Jax clearly won the most eliminations. I was wrong about that. I thought the Iron Woman was going to be Jordynne Grace. I thought she needed to establish herself as a dominant woman. It was Roxanne Perez, and she blew it out of the water by lasting over an hour and 7 minutes, although she only had 1 elimination. So, you know, I don't know. Specific entrance spots, I had Bayley and Io coming out 1 and 2. Obviously, Io came out at 1, so I was half right, but I missed on everything else. I missed on everything else. I thought Charlotte at 15, she came out at 27. I thought Jade at 30 shouldn't come out at all. And then for the final 6 in the match, I had Nia, Jade, Liv, Becky, Bianca, and Charlotte. It ended up being Nia, Charlotte, and Roxanne Perez, with Charlotte Flair winning as I predicted. So gonna give myself some big kudos there. But let's be real, we all kind of knew Charlotte Flair was gonna win. Then we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match. 2 out of 3 falls with Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. I enjoyed the match, but unfortunately, it just got overshadowed by the rest of the card, as we kind of all expected. I did expect a little bit more there, though. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't memorable, and I honestly thought with those awesome tag teams that we were gonna get a banger, and it kind of wasn't a banger. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'll rewatch it. Might be a hot take. I didn't think this match was too great, and I did predict the Street Profits to interfere, which they did. They kind of turned heel, but then they also attacked DIY. So I think they're just becoming a new, different kind of team with a different energy, a different brand. I don't think we're going to see the jerseys from them anymore. They came in wearing all black. They came in looking real serious. They weren't joking around. It was the most exciting thing to come out of this match, this new version of the Street Profits. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing because they're amazing and they deserve more, but Street Profits looked great. The match was fun. There were some cool little spots in there, but I did expect DIY to win, and they did. So GG's to DIY. I don't know where the story goes from here. Maybe DIY beefs with Pretty Deadly. Motor City Machine Guns beef with the Street Profits. I kind of feel like we're getting the same storylines with all these SmackDown tag teams. And if I'm being honest, I'm losing a little bit of interest, and I feel bad saying that because I do kind of enjoy it, but I think something needs to change in here. I don't know. Wasn't feeling this match. Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I should rewatch it. But yeah, I did predict DIY to win, and they did. I did predict the Street Profits to interfere, and they did. So we kind of knocked that one out the park. Then we saw Cody Rhodes retain the WWE Undisputed Championship against Kevin Owens. This match was disgusting. I did not appreciate the spots in there. The slams onto the ladder, the freaking Alabama slam to Kevin Owens, bro. I thought he was done. Like, even Nick Aldis was throwing up the X. I'm like, did something just go wrong? It was a crazy match, super entertaining. Kevin Owens put on what I'm gonna say is his best performance of selling in his career. That was awesome. I really believed every single moment there. Cody Rhodes is slowly getting a little Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. The guy is gonna turn heel soon. I don't know, man. People are pushing him left and right, and what we saw out of him was very interesting. I'm excited to see what's next. They said after the show that Cody Rhodes might be injured. I don't know if that was a work. I don't know if it's part of the story or whatever's going on, but he might be injured, and they said that it might affect his road to WrestleMania. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they got cooking up. Hopefully it's something good, but yes, the match was awesome. We all expected Sami Zayn or Randy to be a part of it. Sami Zayn was, and as we saw, he did not help Kevin Owens, and Cody almost ended Kevin's career, so that was a pretty big moment, and I know that's gonna come back around, and they are gonna beef, and I think we're gonna get Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn at WrestleMania one-on-one. It just makes all the sense in the world to do it right here, right now. However, something is still very off with Sami Zayn. I mean, he Helluva kicked Cody and Seth a few weeks back. He didn't help Kevin Owens. He got eliminated by Jey Uso. Like, there's just like a weird energy I'm getting from him. I don't know if we're gonna get like this character change in a little bit here or what, but Sami Zayn is going through a lot of stuff right now. As for Cody, we'll see if he can compete at the Elimination Chamber and see who's next for Cody Rhodes. Jey Uso did say he was going to target the World Heavyweight Championship, so we're not going to get Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes or whoever's holding that belt at Mania. I think Kevin Owens is going to be off of TV for a little bit and then come back and cost Sami at some point, probably in the Elimination Chamber or something like that, and then build that feud to WrestleMania, because I think Kevin Owens needs some time off. He deserves some time off, and he got rocked. It'd be weird to see him on SmackDown unless he's wearing a neck brace. I predicted Cody Rhodes to win, and he did. I predicted Sami Zayn to be there, and he did. I predicted no Randy Orton. We did not get Randy Orton, and I predicted Sami Zayn to not help Kevin Owens. Although I did think there was going to be a spot where he actually interfered with the match, he actually stayed away, which is going to end up biting him in the butt, but did pretty well in the predictions there. Very nice. And then the most unpredictable men's Royal Rumble in the history of life. Jey Uso eliminates John Cena to win the men's Royal Rumble 2025. There's a million things to unpack there. Let's start from the beginning. What an awesome start. Rey Mysterio and Penta coming out at 1 and 2, looking awesome as ever. Penta ended up being the Iron Man in this match with 42 minutes and 5 seconds. So shout out to Penta for doing amazing in his debut. There were so many amazing spots in this Rumble. I'm talking Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker face-off, Roman Reigns, Joe Hendry face-off, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu face-off, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins face-off, Roman Reigns, John Cena face-off. Like, there was so much going on. And that was just all Roman Reigns. How about Jacob Fatu Penta? How about Jacob and Rey Mysterio? Jacob and Braun Strowman? Even though we literally knew half of the entrants in this Rumble, it still was amazing all the way throughout. Like, every single entrant I was excited for. There was never really a dull moment in this match. Interestingly enough, there were 0 NXT call-ups. I don't know if that's the first time that's ever happened. It would have been nice. They did, however, showcase the TNA champion Joe Hendry coming in the middle of the Rumble. He didn't eliminate anybody, but he had a face-off with Roman Reigns, and I thought that was pretty awesome. Jacob Fatu came in and do work. Show Speed was in the Rumble. I heard the rumors, and I'm like, nah, there's no way they would do it. But once I saw Tozawa out there, I said it in the stream, in the clips. I was like, he's not coming out. Like, this isn't, something's gonna happen here. And it did. He got taken down by Carmelo Hayes, and then Show Speed comes out. That was an awesome moment. Braun Breaker destroys him, gets him eliminated, and it went stupid viral as they expected. That was great. Speaking of Braun Breaker, they made him look awesome. He was the star of the first half of the Rumble, no doubt about it. He even speared the hell out of Roman Reigns. Probably the most shocking moment of the night for me. I mean, I literally gasped when that happened because it was just so out of nowhere. A little disappointed. Here are some guys that did not have a single elimination. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Not one elimination for any of those guys. Of course, it was awesome seeing AJ Styles return with his old theme song, man. That was so perfect. I hated that, the "You Don't Want None." Like, that was the worst song ever. Thank God he got his old theme back. He looked great, and he was eliminated by Logan Paul. So maybe that's potentially next for him. Awesome to see him back. He lasted a good while and was there towards the end. Logan Paul being at number 30 was a crazy, crazy thing to do. I understand it. People absolutely despise Logan Paul. They were flipping him off as he came out, and I think the WWE knows what they're doing. He lasted all the way until the final 3 with John Cena and Jey Uso. Now, before we get to the final 3, CM Punk eliminates Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins because, as usual, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns It's on site. They can't get their hands off of each other. CM Punk eliminates them both, and then Logan Paul eliminates CM Punk the day after he was talking trash about him. Bada bing, bada boom. I think we just got our WrestleMania triple threat match. That moment right there answered a lot of questions. I think without a doubt, Roman and Seth are gonna go against each other in WrestleMania. Whether it's one-on-one, whether it's a triple threat, that match is happening. Whether or not CM Punk is involved, I don't know, but there's a domino effect here, because if that's a one-on-one, that means CM Punk probably wins the Chamber and faces Cody at Mania and gets his main event. That means John Cena ends up facing probably Logan Paul, who he eliminated in this Royal Rumble, or maybe it's The Rock in some way, somehow. Now let's talk about the ending here. Logan Paul coming in at 30, he was going to be one of the last ones in the match, so it made sense. Him being a final 3 is crazy, but again, you put him against the 2 biggest baby faces in the Rumble, so it works. And then you have Jey Uso ending it with John Cena, and those are the 2 biggest baby faces in the WWE. That was awkward. They don't really do that often. They don't really pin 2 baby faces against each other, because you got to split here. A lot of people are like, why the hell did you make Jey Uso win? It should have been Cena. Definitely a bit conflicting there. I didn't even know who to root for, because when Jey Uso won, my inner child was crying and was devastated, but me appreciating and loving Jey Uso was super happy for him. So definitely felt really torn about that decision. Jey Uso winning makes a lot of sense though, man. Of course Jey Uso's gonna win, because guys like Roman, Punk, Seth, they don't need a championship involved. They are the main event. They have over a decade of real main event experience and history to give them main event type matches without any belts involved, while Jey Uso is at the peak, at the prime of his career, trying to solidify himself as a real star. And having him win the Rumble and proving himself by beating John freaking Cena, and now having a main event championship match at WrestleMania, will put him at that stardom that he deserves, that we've been calling for over 2 years now. Let's be real, guys, and I've said this already. We need to apologize to Triple H, Paul Levesque, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. For months, if not years, we're calling for Jey Uso to get his flowers. Give this man a championship. Put the team on his back. Put the franchise on his back. He's losing this match. He's losing the belt. He's not on this PLE. Where's Jey Uso? Show him some love. Here you go, man. He just won the Rumble. He's going to the main event of WrestleMania. It's a super controversial win, but obviously he deserves it, man. He really does. Hate him if you want. He's the face of the company right now. Him and Cody are the face of the WWE. Jey Uso is that guy. Jey Uso can do this, man. I don't care what you guys think about his moveset. Don't act like guys like John Cena, Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock had a crazy moveset, bro. It's not about having a bag. It's about being a beast. And Jey Uso's a beast. All right? He's awesome. He deserves it all the way. John Cena losing did make me cry a little bit, and that really bothered me. But if you guys heard his press conference answer after the Rumble, I think we're going to see a different level of John Cena. We're either getting like a kind of heel, like Tom Brady final year version of John Cena, or like a Super Cena type beat, because the guy's pissed off, and he just called his shot saying, you're putting me in the Rumble. I deserve it. I've been so good to the WWE. Now it's my turn to pick what I want to do. I'm going to be in the Rumble. I'm going to win. I'm going to go main event WrestleMania. Who is he going to go main event against? Probably Cody Rhodes. I like it, I guess. I think that's a little Rock Cena moment, kind of, you know, if you kind of throw it back a little bit, but we'll see, man. We'll see. In terms of my predictions, I only had 4 entrants wrong in the Rumble, so I thought I knocked it out of the park. I mean, 26 out of 30 is a passing grade B, B+, something like that. In terms of most eliminations, I predicted Drew McIntyre, and I was wrong. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu had the most eliminations with just 4 apiece. Specific spots, I had Seth and Drew coming in at 1 and 2. They did not. We saw Rey and Penta, which was awesome, and that's fine. I thought Sammy was going to get eliminated by Kevin Owens. That didn't happen. He was eliminated by Jey Uso, and that was kind of a nice little swerve. I thought we were going to get Cena at 17, Roman at 23, and Punk at 30, and I thought that was going to be the favor with Paul Heyman. I thought Punk was going to switch to spot number 30 and take Roman's number. That didn't happen. Roman came in at 16. That was crazy. The only return we really got was AJ Styles. I guess Joe Hendry and even Braun Strowman were nice little surprises too, but AJ Styles came back. We didn't really need to rely on returns. There was enough superstar power. The Iron Man of this match was actually Penta at 42 42 minutes and 5 seconds, although he only had one elimination, so I don't really know how much that really mattered. But I had Seth Rollins being the Iron Man, and I was wrong about that because Seth ended up coming out at 25, not 1, like I thought he would. In terms of the final 6, I originally thought it was going to be Jay, Drew, Seth, Punk, Cena, and Reigns. It was actually Jay, Cena, Punk, Roman, Seth, and Logan. So I was pretty close, but I predicted Roman Reigns to eliminate John Cena. I was wrong about that. It was Jey Uso that eliminated John Cena. So that was our one big miss of the night. I did not think Jey Uso was going to win. I even put money on Roman Reigns winning. So now I'm out $50, and that's great. But I'll take it all day. I love me some Jey Uso. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. And he ended up pulling off one of the most unpredictable wins in Rumble history. Insane show. So many opinions out there. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. This is definitely a Rumble I'm going to go back and watch. The clips are popping off, by the way. Make sure to follow me at GillyMania on Instagram and GillyMania on TikTok. Of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe here on YouTube because I stream here Mondays, Fridays, and PLEs. And then, of course, we have all of our videos on here. So appreciate you guys, man. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. That Rumble was insane.